Oh, it's Apple. Hello, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be bringing you on a tour of the Apple Marina Bay Sands. But Joe, who cares about Apple? All you do is make overpriced products for gullible sheeple. And you'll be right. But hey, you clicked on this video, so honestly, whether you're an Apple fan or not, you must have been slightly intrigued by this big floating golf ball in the middle of a pond. So, common misconceptions out of the way. Number 1. Is the Apple Store floating? No. It's an island. Number 2. I heard half the store is underwater. Can I see sharks? No. There are no windows. Number 3. Does it cure COVID? No. Apple don't do that here. Speaking of the coronavirus, did you know that as of posting this video, Tim Cook has not visited the Apple Marina Bay Sands? That's right. Your boy has had privileged access to the Apple Store before the CEO of Apple himself. Apparently, he really wanted to visit and open the store. However, travel restrictions are a thing, and I guess he didn't have the time to spend 14 days in quarantine. And make sure you watch to the end of this video, because I guarantee you will learn something new that you would have never have gotten from any other video. So stay tuned. Anyways, enough chattering, because it's time for us to embark on our treacherous journey to the abyss that is the outside world. So masks on, sanitize, and let's get cracking. So you might be wondering, how do I get to this new store? Well, you're in luck. Your boy has got you covered. If you live in any of these 200 countries, you are gonna have to get on a flight to this tiny little island, Singapore. And if you're Singaporean, well, I guess you already know, don't you? Depending on when you're watching this video, you might have some difficulties traveling down to Singapore because, you know, COVID. And if you're watching this video in 2021 or something, well, I hope COVID has not obliterated the entire world, because your boy has YouTube dreams that need to be fulfilled. If you do decide to travel down to Singapore, flights are aplenty and Changi Airport's pretty nifty. So I guess it shouldn't be a problem. Once you're down in Singapore, hit this little place, Bayfront MRT, or just get a taxi or a Grab from the airport and tell the uncle, Marina Bay Sands, and you'll be on your way. Upon arrival at Marina Bay Sands, just head down to basement 2 and walk along the shops. Eventually, you will chance upon the big Apple logo. Now, one thing to take note, I visited on the Sunday right after it opened. So it's about 3 days after it opened. You apparently have to book a slot online. So don't be like me and show up unannounced, because you will be turned away, which is what happened to me. Embarrassing. Thankfully, the Apple staff at the front of their store was nice enough to book me a slot on their system, little iPad thingy. But apparently I could have booked online, so that's a tip for you. Upon entering this new Apple store, you will be greeted by a long corridor of Apple-y things. Now, some parts of this store is actually underwater because it needs to link to the Apple soccer ball that's above the water, but you would never notice it because there's no windows. It just looks like an Apple store. Did you know this wall of Apple Watch wristbands is present in only one other Apple store in the world? Could you guess which one? Comment below. Answers will be revealed in my next video. So as you travel up the escalator, prepare yourself for the big reveal that is the Apple Snowglobe. My guide was a guy called Pribandh. Pribandh? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I didn't really get it down, but yeah. He was a really nice guy. They were very liberal with the 15-minute slot. I think I took like 40 minutes touring the entire store. So relax. Apple will not overtly chase you out of their store. I know. Unless you're like a Samsung fan or something, who knows, man. Did you know the entire glass structure is self-supporting? Like a snow globe? The pillars you see at the side are supporting the sunshade, or those concentric rings, or bullions as they call it. And they don't actually touch the glass structure. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. Apple says that it's inspired by the Pantheon in Rome. The guy implied that it was modeled after a temple, which sort of makes sense, seeing as when the border is open, this will probably be a mecca for the Apple fanboy. At the very center of the snow globe, there is a circular piece of glass, which they call the oculus. And apparently, it's to shine light onto the beacon of hope that is the Apple Store or something. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. This video is a mess. So apparently at 12 noon each day, the sun would shine down and hit the mirror lift, which apparently produces a dazzling effect, which needs to be seen. But I went at like 6:30 on a gloomy ass day, so it's just downpour the entire day. It's basically UK weather right now, but you know, at the equator. Still, makes for some pretty cool shots. Other cool facts, there's only one Apple logo in the entire store, and that is behind the big ass video screen. Speaking of the video screen, it's actually where they put all their utilities. So the electrical system, what powers the screen, the air conditioning. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. They've got that signature apple tree, which apparently they grow themselves in their own nursery. And it's a specific breed of tree, which is specifically chosen to be appley or something. Even the seats are genuine Italian leather, as they tell me. Another cool tidbit, these vents at the bottom of the tables and at the side here are air conditioning vents. So that's how they cool down this giant greenhouse. Because if you've ever been to Singapore, you know how unbearably hot it gets sometimes. Here's something the Apple staff told me, which I guess I never really considered before, but it makes sense. Apple designs their store in such a way that it's very aesthetic and it looks nice whenever people like me go and video their store. So yeah. And here's some niche information that nobody cares about, but I thought was pretty cool. The entire store was basically built in Germany in pieces and shipped over. So nobody knew about the existence of this Apple store until recently. But if you've been keeping up, it was kind of an open secret it was going to be an Apple store. Someone must have found out. But yeah, did you know? These walls are real granite. That's right, granite. Even the lift is specially designed. The lighting is diffused in such a way to provide even lighting to the entire lift. And here's probably the coolest tidbit of all that I bet you didn't know. This is the first and only Apple store in the world with escalators. And so, in typical Apple fashion, they wanted it to be an Apple escalator. So guess what they did? The escalator handrail is space gray color. Apple, what will we do without you? So in conclusion, it's a pretty cool Apple store, and you should probably visit. And hey, if you make it down in September, you'll probably visit it before Tim Cook. Other interesting stuff they told me was probably like, if you're looking for a career at Apple, you can just Google Apple careers. Apparently, they're accepting staff members on a regular basis. I don't know, if you're looking for jobs, Apple has got you covered. Disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by Apple. I don't know why they would want to sponsor me. I have no audience. Yeah, I've run out of ideas. This video has gone on long enough already, so I guess goodbye.